10 things. Just 10 things you should start doing or learn about in your 20s so that you can live a better life than 80% of the people in your later years. Number 1. Build your own business. Come up with an idea, Google it, do research on it, find the market is saturated or not, check the people that you're building this business for, whether they are interested or like the idea or not, or anything. If it isn't working, drop it. Find another one, brainstorm your mind with ideas. Just keep two things in your mind. Either you should be better than the rest or you should be different. Try to bring value to people through the business that you're trying to start, find ways to market your idea, and then the next thing, act. Act, act, act. Getting an idea, thinking of it, planning of it is a lot more easier than actually working on it. Just get started. You will figure out stuff as you get going. Make as many mistakes as you can, praise yourself for doing it, but try not to do the same mistake again. Times will come when you will be thinking that you are not going anywhere with your business or your idea. Just believe in yourself and get going. And never forget, obstacles are going to be your best friend because they are not going to leave you in any situation. You moved on from one, the other one's waiting for you with open arms. So you are never over them. Just try to get familiar to them because then it is going to be easy for you to overcome them. You might be seeing your friends or people around you getting six-figure jobs and having fun, but the figure's gonna remain same for rest of their lives. And no one knows where your own business can get you. You can be a millionaire in your 30s or maybe a multimillionaire if you play your cards right. Number 2. Read. Read as much as you can, find out books that shaped minds of many in the field you are working. Read life-changing books, cause that's gonna completely change your outlook in life and give you the perspective. The average number of books read by a CEO is 60 books per year. No, you are not gonna reach at mark of 60 by the end of your starting year, but you can build your own pace. At least start reading. Set a goal, go with 2 books every month, or at least 1 for a month, but start reading. Because something is much better than nothing. And if you go with 1 book per month, then you would have read 12 books by the end of the year. And those 12 books are going to completely change your mindset. You will start looking for ways that will help you make yourself and your life better. There's no successful person who's not reading. And just don't let yourself start a book that you know somewhere that you're not going to finish. Just because a fellow mate of yours suggested it doesn't mean you're bound to it. Because that is going to be a huge waste of time without gaining anything. Number 3. Travel. When you are in your 20s or maybe in your later teens, your greatest advantage that you have that everyone else won't is to be young. Utilize that as much as you can. Invest your time in ideas, invest your time in building your own business, make mistakes, set back and unleash yourself. And explore as well. Because traveling helps in generating ideas. It relaxes your mind, releases your stress, and most important, you get experience. It will help you accelerate success and progress in every aspect of your life. You are in your 20s and you don't have a lot of experience. You are not taught from one of the best teachers in life, experience. The best way to grow and develop yourself. That's where traveling helps you. When you travel the world, you expand your mindset. You learn to appreciate different ways of living, different cultures. You gain wisdom and knowledge. You might be hearing from a lot of people, don't travel. Don't waste your time in your 20s. Invest the time in building your business. Invest that money in building your business. And that's a tragedy. Most people think that way, or after hearing them, would go that way. And that isn't right. Because this is the time when you are filled with a lot of energy, which isn't going to come back. You are not going to have that level of energy in your 30s as it will get distributed in your family. You might be having a wife or your children. So this is the time, guys, to travel, to explore, to build your future and yourself. Number 4. Stop being a people pleaser. This is the most important time in your life. Learn to stop being a people pleaser. You might be thinking that you are not, but think of the person who asked you to do some work that you didn't want it to do, but instead of saying a no, you gave a yes. While you had a choice, you didn't say a no because you are a people pleaser. Knowing your priorities and your values helps you put the brake on people pleasing. You know when you feel comfortable saying no or saying yes. Whenever someone asks you for a favor, it's perfectly okay to say that you will think about it. If you do agree to help out, limit your time frame. There are more ways that some of you might be following to please people, like buying clothes you didn't need and sneakers that you wore just once and left. The new car you just bought from your parents' money to show off to your friends. This was all waste of money. Instead, you should have invested that money in your idea to make it a profitable business. Number 5. Money management. This is one of the most important things that you're gonna need in your 20s, 30s, 40s, throughout your entire life. You might be seeing a lot of people around you who don't have enough money. It's not how much money you or those people earn. It's what you do with that money which matters. We might have all the information needed to make sensible financial decisions, yet we still act otherwise. Why is this? The key aspect of this dilemma is the fact that money holds such a contradictory status in our psyche. On one hand, money is connected to pleasure. The inner child in us wants to get immediate satisfaction, and splurging money hits the spot. On the other hand, money is, at least for most of us, a very restricted resource. In many ways, it draws the line or boundaries for what we can do and get in life. And if you step over those lines, that usually means a problem. And you are all in it together. And that's where money management, the hand of God, saves you. Find ways to manage your money. How you can spend less, save more, as well as invest. There's a big difference between spending your money and investing your money. Look for the ways to invest your money in the right business, in the right place, in the right idea. Try to eliminate unnecessary costs. Find ways to pay less on your debts. Set goals to accelerate your savings. And try to save for your retirements as well. Yes, I know that you are in your 20s, but try to start saving for your retirement years now. Because after 10-20 years, when you are in your 30s, 40s, you are going to have a lot more expenses compared to your 20s. So saving in your 20s for your retirement is going to be a lot more helpful in your later years. At last, try to create a comprehensive budget, as this is going to help you save money in ways you didn't even thought of. Number 6. Learn ways to detox dopamine. Dopamine is a neurotransmitter produced in the brain which acts as a chemical messenger. It releases when you do an activity that's pleasurable or brings rewards. The more anticipation that builds up, higher the odds of dopamine being raised. Hence, this causes your brain to put in more focus on pleasurable activity. There's a reason why our brain can become so dependent on dopamine. Once it develops tolerance, it requires more and more dopamine, and normal tasks become difficult to complete. So, how do you rest your dopamine level? Dopamine detox is the answer. It is a concept that a lot of people follows. Consider it to be a detox, but for your brain. The simple rule to follow is to avoid any engaging activity which you enjoy doing or which stimulates the brain. It could be browsing your phone, avoiding screen time, and for some, it may be buying stuff as well. You might be playing video games for like 2 hours straight without any interruptions, or might be watching movies for fun. But when you are asked to read a good book for an hour straight, or give 2 hours to the idea that you thought could be a profitable business in the coming years, but this is going to be a problem for you, a big problem. Because you are not supposed to function like that. Your mind is not releasing such amount of dopamine that it used to when you were playing video games or watching movies or browsing your phone, which is making your regular work hard for you to do. And that's why it is necessary to start detoxing dopamine, or some might refer to it as dopamine fasting. These things that I'm talking about from the very beginning are the things that are going to help you make your life much better than it is going to be after 20 or maybe 30 years from what you are doing right now. They are not providing you short-term profits, whereas these are long-term investments in yourself which you are not going to regret. So moving on to number 7, find a mentor. Finding the right mentor is not really a secret to success, it's as obvious as it is essential. Learning from someone older, wiser and more experienced is an invaluable business opportunity. Part of finding a mentor means how to appropriately follow up. The modern mentor can elevate both your mind and your career in such a way that cannot be taught in school. Now, how to find the right mentor? The first step to find a mentor is defining what you want out of your career. Successful mentoring relationship happens when the mentor and mentee are the right match. You can also find one in your professional circle. These individuals can be former bosses, professors or teachers, co-workers in other departments, or maybe your family friends. As you look for them, try to prioritize someone who can give you long-term advice about your industry and has a good idea of your company and what it takes to advance within your role. Someone who has a general idea of your current role and the industry will be able to give you advice on things like new projects to explore, certifications or trainings you need to get ahead. Finding the right mentor is so important, especially in your 20s, as that guy is gonna show you the right path in the right direction, saving a lot of your time doing the same mistakes that he did on the same path. He's more experienced than you are, he has done more mistakes than you, and that's what matters. You will be doing mistakes as well, but not the ones that he did. And just don't get involved with these fake gurus or fake mentors that you are going to find out on the internet, as they are not going to help you in any way except being heavy on your pocket. Number 8. Surround yourself with people who are doing things. Your environment matters. You are in your 20s partying, playing video games, watching stuff, a fellow mate of yours got out of a serious relationship, another one's getting into one, and that's how those years are gonna pass by. As I mentioned earlier, that you are in your 20s, you have a lot of energy stored in you, both physically and mentally. And that a lot of people are wishing for right now. Because they didn't know what to do in their 20s and wasted their time, same as you are wasting it right now. The difference is they are regretting it now, and you will be later if you don't start working. As they say that, if you are hanging out with 5 people who are millionaires, then the 6th one's gonna be you. It's important that you surround yourself with positive people. People's vibes, mindsets, and beliefs will become your own, as we humans are like chameleons. So only surround yourself with the best who will help you to take your life to a new level. As research show that we are much more affected by our environment and those around us than we would like to believe. People around you matters. There's a saying that goes like, show me your friends and I will tell you who you are. So try to find better people and a working environment. Number 9. Think long term. Most people overestimate what they can do in 1 year and underestimate what they can do in 10 years. Words of Bill Gates. We have the ability to think long term, but we need to train it. Long term thinking is especially important if you want to improve your personal finances and build a business that lasts long. Reading books is going to help you create a mindset that helps you think long. It's going to help you get in the mind of people who have made big and lasted longer. Traveling to new countries, exploring culture is going to give you a different perspective, a different way of thinking, as well as experience. Whereas money management, the best thing you're going to learn, which is going to stay with you till you die and help you on the financial side of your long term business plan, which will never let you down in your financial side and keep your business running if once mastered. Finding a mentor is important as he is going to give you a long term goal and keep you on the path whenever you divert, as well as help you get out of the situation which is setting you back. Dopamine fasting is going to help you stay focused on your goals. As mind gets diverted so easily, it finds pleasure in things that waste a lot of your time, and detoxing it is the key to get it back on track. Surrounding yourself with people who are doing things, getting yourself in a working environment is going to help you think long term, as you will be sharing the same vision. Things we talked about from the very beginning are going to help you think long term. Number 10. Help the needy as much as you can, whenever you can. You will be satisfied and happy in ways you never even thought of. And that's it, guys. That's it for the video. If you like the video, just hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, share the video, you know that stuff. And until next time.